Good morning, afternoon, family. Just taking you on the road trip with me into the mountains. So I'm getting closer and closer to very big objects that look like I have to drive uphill. I wanted to do this video as a ride-along to go over my three favorite humorous Lou vs. Wall Street videos. There are so many to pick from, so many that are out there, and the three that I'm going to pick, two of them are lost somewhere on the old school Wall Street channel, and then the third one was from his new school channel that I'll send a link for that video specifically. But number three, I'll go into kind of this was one video. It might have been more than one that he did, but I want to place the time frame sometime between May and August of 2022, and Lou had every single video he opened up with, "What's going on, my silly little motherfuckers?" And I don't know why it made me laugh every time he did it, but it did. And then right around August of 2022, there was some buzz and murmurs about this preferred equity unit, APE, as we knew it was. And what is it? Why are they doing this now? Is it a dividend? What are they, is it slicing off part of our stock, which is eventually what it did? And the FUD was all-time high, the disinformation campaign, all-time high. Nobody could figure it out and come with right answers. And Lou, in the aftermath of that fog, starts off his video with, "What's going on, my confused stock market motherfuckers?" So there was always, the one thing Lou always had was a finger on the pulse. He can make you laugh, he can make you think, but there was never a shortage of value with what he offered. And I remember that one specifically. It's probably lost to the ether, God knows where in web world. But if anybody remembers that or even has that video, that would be needle in a haystack type stuff. Two was the second one that Electric Buddha, you mentioned having some archive stuff from Lou from the old school channel. This is one I want to put it somewhere between maybe January and May of 2022. Lou had done a video. I think the title of it was "The Day That Wall Street Didn't Have to Sell to Retail Anymore," and he kind of outlined his whole, when we went from the switch to old school to new school, electronic internet apps and accounts online where retail could just press buttons and buy stuff rather than having to be sold or go through a broker on the phone, where it was, "Hey, look, dog, make the decision now or never," So in that video was a sales pitch, which was the most glorious thing I've ever heard. And it was something along the lines of, he'd get in the old school days of Wall Street, he'd get an intern in to make some robocalls for 1,000 calls, and then he'd finally get one live guy on the line, and they'd hand it over to a guy like Lou. And let's say that the intern is James, and the guy on the line is some doctor who has to go back to something. And Dr. So-and-so, I don't know if you know James, I know James pretty well, but the question isn't who James is or who you are. The question is, what kind of man do you want to be? This is a stock, this is an opportunity. If you want to get in right now, it's going to cost you $1,000, whatever it was. He's like, I need you to make that decision, because when this thing takes off, I don't want you to be left in the dust. Is that right? You got it? Okay, thanks for the check. Thanks for the Ferrari. Go fuck your mother. I mean, I'm paraphrasing and awfully paraphrasing. Whatever he spit out, I must have watched that thing 24 times. It was absolute pure gold. And I wish I would have saved those and downloaded those videos from back in the day. And, you get to a point where, you're looking at this stuff, and, he shut down the old channel, but some people are bringing stuff back on. Thank God you are doing so, everybody out there. But if anybody remembers that video or knows where to find a link to that video, I have searched for it since he shut the channel down. I can't find it. And then the third one is from his new school video, new school channel, when he brought it back up after he shut the old one down. It was a little quick 2-minute video about the AI robot dogs in New York City. And Lou, being 100% Puerto Rican from the Bronx, I have a very good friend, also 100% Puerto Rican from the Bronx, and I sent it to her because I'm like, you're the only person I know of that would understand what this is about, basically what Lou is talking about. And I literally had tears in my eyes. I was laughing so hard at that robot dog shit where, he goes, that might be cute down in the Battery in South Manhattan, but you get up to Harlem and the Bronx, that dog's going to be someone's pet. They're going to be sending that thing out to fetch pizzas. I mean, he went through a whole list of scenarios of what the crazy New Yorkers would do to that thing once they saw it in spots that it shouldn't be in. But absolutely riveting. I list that one as my number one because I thought that was definitely his most amusing. And then he ends it in typical, meta fashion with Lou. Is like, I can't believe what my city has become, lamenting the loss of the old New York that he grew up in. So yeah, just wanted to share that a little bit on my drive. Any other videos you guys got or favorites that are on the humorous side from Lou? There were so many of them, but those are the things that are coming to my mind as I'm driving to the mountains. So giant hugs, everybody.